And this would look like a badass SUV. All aerodynamic, almost like a Le Mans with a Dakar wheels, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is the feeling that you're looking at. And then this guy, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just walk us through your a little bit of sort of like a background or
Yes.
the project, and yeah, show us your
Sure.
final.
Sure. So I was absent like for the last two sessions.
Yep.
So the first one, we talk about. So I just have like one reference image. The feedback was to put two images right there.
Yeah.
But I didn't explore enough the shapes and things like that because I didn't have that much time to polish the 3D render and the sketching. So I just focus on having my SUV.
Yeah.
I would like to refine it more with the speed form and that things. But yeah, so in the first page, you can see like a little bit of exploration with the bending tension shape I have there.
Yeah.
Like exploring the fabric, how it works with the tension and everything like that. The second image was like exploring flat surfaces. As you know, I don't have that exploration right there, but
Yeah.
I do put it on the final design. So
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I am doing a BMW SUV.
Yeah. Nice.
And okay, my final sketch is this one. So as you can see in the front of the car, you can see all those flat surfaces.
Yeah.
As the headphones, and more in the side view and the back view, you can see like those surfaces with some tension and doing the same thing that the fabric is doing in the other image. So that's kind of what I did.
Yeah. No, that's looking pretty good. So you can just finish the presentation. I see some cool renders here. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Well,
Process of rendering, like how do you feel?
I think I'm improving a lot lately.
Yeah.
With all those tips that you have given us, and like the way to shade, and I think I have improved a lot. So what I did was to have a flat background, and over that I do like a highlight with gray, because that was going to be my main color right there. And after that I just start putting like the shades and the lights over there.
Pretty cool. I like it.
Thank
So
you.
I think it has that combination of shapes that you mentioned at the beginning, having a little bit of the tension, fabric tension, and at the same time you have a couple of flat surfaces. And I think that's a great contrast because you can actually hold the surfaces. Because if you just have like fabric tension and that's all, it's kind of hard to make like a solid volume or something stable, right? So it look more a lot like a sculpture. So
Yeah, I end up liking it a lot because it's not what I usually do. So
yeah.
I think I did something really cool
Yeah.
that I haven't done in the past.
Yeah, no, that's definitely there's an improvement. And as I said, I think you can just keep working on this project and refine it. And if you have any updates, you can just send it to me and on the chat. So you can share with the chat, and I'll throw some comments in there. So,
Sure.
yeah, that's good. So I think overall the project, I mean, for a quick project, couple sessions, I think is pretty good. Um, You have a nice exploration of forms. As you mentioned, maybe you're missing a little bit of the flat surfaces form exploration. So we can
Yeah,
make the relation with that. Yeah.
and the speed form that
Yeah.
we talk about because I don't have like enough 3D exploration of the
Yeah.
speed form. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if I do that, I will have much more things to add
Yeah. Yeah.
to the final result.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I think these are very strong sketches, to be honest. They're pretty cool. I would say uh, I would say on the side view, there's something that I noticed. I would suggest to put just a little bit more of rear overhang and front overhang because it's just too short, right? And I know it's part of it to make it a little bit more robust, but I think having that front and rear overhang is going to help you to make your car look a little bit more. It'll look better, right? Proportion wise. But I
Yeah,
think that,
and as you can see, because I started with the side view,
yeah,
I didn't have like a complete idea
yeah,
of the final result. So as I moved
yeah.
to the 3/4 view,
Mhm.
you can see that there's like something different right there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
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 I was just like figuring out the design while I was doing the sketch.
yeah. And what you can do also is begin to separate the cladding or the bumpers, right, with color. Let's say you make on top of this sketch,
Mm-hmm.
you make a quick value breakup, right? Where you
Okay.
have maybe this piece is split, right? Or maybe a little bit over here somehow. But you just have a portion of the splitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
The splitter, the diffuser in this case, in a different color. Because at the end of the day, you're not gonna have all surface materials, right? You need to start breaking the materials into a different type of materials like plastic and
Mm-hmm.
maybe carbon fiber, maybe things like that. So just think about how to break the materials, right? How to make features on the sides, on the front.
Yeah, in the render, I kind of do something like that. If you can see in the renderings, uh, so for example, in that side view, you can see like a much darker color. But yeah,
Yeah.
uh-huh. Like in the front, there's like that square is
Yeah.
like in black. So I was doing something like that, but yeah, sure. What you say is true.
Like, and just try to connect it just one line, right? Because this is going to give you the stability, right? And as I said, you can just keep the same theme, but
Mm-hmm.
try to just give a little bit more of a little bit more
Yeah.
structure, just a little bit more, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you see, this would help, right? A little bit of front and rear overhang, right?
Sure.
And then I like the exaggeration of the wheel arcs. I think it's nice. But I think it will help if you have the wheel arcs plus you have a wheel right inside.
Mm-hmm.
You see, this will help little by little. So wheelhouse is fine. It's big. It's cool. Just cheat it is fine. but then try to put a wheel inside. And yeah. No, but definitely I think you can improve. You can improve a lot. Your Savio. And as I said, maybe you can, if you can add maybe a DLO. You have the window, right? But I really like your project. It's really good progress, and I think it's something that I think the sketches are looking pretty strong, and you can come up with even stronger project. And if I think it would be nice if you give it a shot and do it on Blender.
Yeah, definitely.
And grab a package from a actual BMW SUV or from a supercar SUV. Grab a package and try to squeeze your design into the package with those proportions and play around with it. And you're going to realize a lot of things. And also, you can share that with me later on.
Sure.
And we can talk about it. But yeah, pretty cool, man. So yeah, I can wait what you can do after this, and can wait to see what you come up with the next brief, the wheel design. Right?
Sure.
Maybe you can use the wheel design for this project.
For this one. Yeah, I was thinking on that.
Yeah, because I think this is the way we should work, a little bit more working smart. Try to see how can we kill two birds with one stone, right? So yeah, I think for you, if you make some nice BMW supercar wheels, that'd be cool, and you can use them. So cool. All right. Nice. Thanks, man. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. So now let's go with Haley. Right from high school, everybody.
Yes.
Oh, where is it? Presentation. Oh, there you go. Cool. All right. Just walk us through your project briefly. What you were thinking. Tell us about your work, how you feel in this progress, what you've learned, etc. Tell us.
First of all, thank you because I think I improved a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think I understood how can I shade, how can I simplify the forms, how can I learned how to use pencil.
Yeah.
I learned lots of things. I said. I don't know. First, I don't know how to make speed forms. I learned how to make speed forms.
Yeah.
And I learned how to make a car from the speed form.
Yes.
That was so nice for me, and I learned lots of things.
Yeah. No, yeah. Making these cars from speed forms is going to help you to also simplify the shapes and come up with new designs, right? Okay. So this is last week, right?
Yes.
What can you tell us about this compared to the newest ones? What do you notice here that it should be changed in your design?
I changed the design because on the last session you said me to we can change some things because you can see it's an Audi SUV, super SUV.
Yeah.
And I think about it. Why don't we make a R8 SUV? I think it will be a nice, and I changed something, and I changed some things. Sorry for my bad English.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So let's go to the final. Look at that. Tell us.
You can see. I think now it has an Audi DNA.
Yes.
You can see I wanted to protect my side view lines. You can see from speed forms.
Yes.
And I connect the R8's air vent with my line. I think it looks nice. And I took some of different parts from the R8.
Yeah.
Now, for me, it looks way better.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it looks pretty nice. And I gotta say that the shading, the quality of the shading is pretty good. Because I can read the surfaces, right? I can read I can read especially this part, the front. I can just read how it bends like that, right? And it's same here. It's like I can read like how you have a volume here, you have all these volumes. Overall, I think it's pretty good. It's a lot of improvement from you. Remembering your first sketches, I think you did a lot. I would say just in general, I think I would like to see this feature more as a stronger shape because now it looks like a stripe, you know, that is on top of a body side. And I think before it was kind of like playing a role on the way how your car looks, right? It was more like a big surfaces, big breakup of surface. But I think the approach that you got is a little bit more technical, which is fine. But what I'm trying to say with this is you can push to the other side too, to make something that is, oops. For example, in this, I see that, oops, I see in the little guide. Let me point it out. But I see here, I see it almost as it's a change of surface, right? It's almost like part of this, right? It's not just a stripe, right? So, but I think overall the path that you took is pretty good, right? The rear, oops, sorry. Also the rear I think is pretty strong, right? The way you create all this mask is very Audi. You create the diffusers. And also, I think the side view is looking better, right? Because you have a very strong line over here, right? You have your cabin divided between three, but it has like a nice gesture, right? So I think it's a really good progress. And I think you're gonna do even better work if you just keep at this phase. You just keep with this same rhythm of improvement. And so I would comment the same. Like if you participate on the next brief, which is wheels, you can just start creating some Audi badass wheel design, and you can implement into your sketches, right? Pretty good, Hailing. You have any thoughts, any comments, any final thoughts?
No, I like it.
You happy with the? Yeah.
I will attend to the wheel design.
Yeah. You happy with the result?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah. No, you should. I think your layout is massively improved because remember before you just throw sketches like just like randomly, and now you have the ratios, you know. Maybe the side view is too small. Maybe you could have done it like this, right? Maybe this guy a little bit bigger and this guy a little bit smaller, just a little bit. But I get the idea, right? I get the idea that is 1, 2, 3 read. So it's pretty good. So, but yeah, nice quality on shading. Just try to keep practicing so you can get a better feeling of the shapes and maybe loosen up a little bit, not too vectorized, but I think overall it's a lot of improvement, man. So cool. All right. Thank you for sharing, man. And please participate on wheel design. And I think you're gonna come up with great designs. Cool. All right. So now we're moving on with the Tomaso. Tomaso. Who's responsible from this?
That's me, Arturo.
Arturo.
Yeah.
All right. Great to have you again, man. Nice.
Yeah, last week I was on table. I was on an event. I went to Villa d'Este, so
yeah.
It's very nice. So
Yeah.
it's great to meet you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Oops, let me just erase this. Oops. Cool. All right, let's go. Just briefly tell us about your project.
Yeah, well, I mainly focus on the previous model, which is a P72, which is like this racing car, very low, very voluptuous.
Yep.
And my inspiration was like this melted glass sculptures.
Yeah.
But to be honest, at the end, I didn't follow it too much. So I think I will rework on this
Okay.
because I really want like this Taurus effect on the side view.
Yeah.
And I definitely lost it. So yeah,
Okay.
this was my key sketch, the one on the
Yeah. Pretty good.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And as we saw in last sessions, this was like an exploration of the speed form. I was not very convinced about the speed form, so this is why I want to go back to it. But anyway,
Okay.
On the next one we have still development. I'm really not happy about the front, but well, you will see on the next slides, on the final slides. This is previous work. Yeah, this is previous work. And well, here, like I needed to make it more realistic, let's say.
Yep.
Like I have this internal fight in my head, like if I should like go into concept and just go like crazy, even if it's not very car world real life, or should I go more into real cars? So I don't know. I still struggle with this balance.
I know that's
yeah, and I'm not happy actually with the final result. I really want to rework on it.
Okay.
Because yeah, I think I went to if you can go to the next one, please. I think I went to regular, no, like very, you know, like nowadays car-ish. So yeah, I think I would like to do something more crazy or more conceptual, you know, like something wilder. Yeah.
I think you have the right idea. It's just the volumes, they're not looking as massive or iconic as in the other explorations, you know.
Yeah,
I think
also proportions are not
the volumes got really like it's almost like it got squeezed into a regular car too much, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah. I wanted to ask you that, like, if I should for these kind of projects, like to stay into more concept and like not respecting the actual proportions, or should I try to somehow like box it in on the package?
I think you can respect the proportions and do something crazy. I think this is just a matter of how you keep the essence of the sketch, right? I think what hurts is that you begin to put all the car or automotive pieces in queues.
Yeah.
So instead of focusing on the theme and the shapes, you focus on what a car looks like. And I think that's the reason. You should have your package of your car. Imagine that you're just like putting a speed form on a car package. That's it. So don't worry too much about how to make windows, how to make the corners look like a car, how to make the front splitter look like a car. Like no. Just focus on a shape. Imagine that it's a shape and it's a thing that moves. That's it. Don't think too much about a car. But have it on a car package, which means just respect the boundaries, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
This is better. This is better. This is cool.
Yeah.
I think this is cool.
Yeah,
because it's definitely goes along with what we were discussing and about how your theme looks like, right? From your sketch, right? From this guy.
Yeah.
Right? It's almost like there. Super similar, super close, right? So I'm gonna give it to you. Look at this, the reflections, and I think the way you render this is pretty nice. I see an improvement here on the technique. Especially, I see that you use the puddles here.
Yes.
To make it look like the bubbles. And these
Yeah.
type of things is very easy, guys, just to begin to implement in your sketches. Because it has a certain logic of being a reflection in a puddle, and it makes the car looks like it has like a bump or fender or anything. So if you guys implement those type of techniques, even if it's very experimental, you're gonna realize and you're gonna use them and they're gonna make sense, right? Because here, even though you have the puddles, you have puddles here, front and rear, I can tell that it reads that there's a volume there. It's puffy. So, but yeah, I think overall, I think you have a very strong project, Arturo. It's just let's say the rear is very close to what it should be, like the sketch. But I think the front, probably you lose a little bit of the flamboyant de Tomaso volumes, right?
Yeah, it's hard because it's very low, you know.
Yeah,
Very low in this.
yeah, if you think about, right? So I would say if I were you, oops, let me just get where's my sketch? Give me a second. No, I don't see how can I sketch on this? If I were you, I would just like experiment with this guy, right? And just like, let me see. Oh, here, there you go. I would experiment with this guy, and let's say, I know it's very low, but you can make something up. Like, let's say your SUV could be like this. Right? So then, you know what I mean? You just like put like, imagine that you're gonna put a Dakar wheels on this thing.
Yeah.
And it'll give you like an SUV feeling, right?
Yeah.
So this is the type of thinking that you need to have. Because then if you think about it, yeah, you can make an SUV out of this. Just think about that you're putting a Dakar wheels on this thing. Even you can experiment with this guy and begin to put some wheels just from Photoshop. Just Photoshop it and just so you get an idea of how your SUV will look like. And this will look like a badass SUV. All aerodynamic, almost like a Le Mans with a Dakar wheels, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is the feeling that you're looking at, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Will do.
So, you see, there's your SUV right there. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So with very nice volumes. So, but yeah, that's what I mean. This is the and it's all valid. You can experiment with that, and you can try to come up with a variation of this, right? Everything is valid. So as long as you get the idea, and then you sketch, you go back and forth, right?
Yeah,
So use anything in your hands to enhance your creative process, right? As I said, if you need to do a photo batch of this thing and just grab some Dakar wheels or off-road chassis, put it underneath and try to sketch on top and make an SUV out of it, do it just for the process to get the idea. And then you start sketching, right? So you're free to use anything. The only thing that you are not quote unquote allowed to do is to grab this car and say, this is my design, right? But anything that helps you, like if you grab this car and chop it off and start sketching on top and all that is valid. As long as you're creating something out of an existing vehicle, right? Or if it helps to understand the shapes. Because if you want to design a dead Tomaso, I mean, it's totally valid to make a proportion studies, right? Or make a language, the Tomaso language studies, right? Because you're supposed to be designing that car. So it's all valid. So, but yeah, your SUV, there you go. That's your front. That's more de Tomaso. That looks like de Tomaso.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So let me just erase. But yeah, overall, I think it's a lot of improvement, man. And I think even if you take this to the next level with Blender and 3D, and maybe you for next class you make like a badass wheels. Yeah, I mean you guys are gonna have a full project, right?
Yeah, I will do.
So yeah, pretty cool technique. I think you're improving a lot here. So yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
okay,
I learned
yeah,
those tips for the bubble effects were very nice.
yeah. No, yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing, man. And yeah, just keep it up. Keep it up.
Yeah, will do. Thank you.
Nice. So I think I see some messages here. Okay. Oh, we got more project here. All right. Let me, oops. Let me get this one. Okay. Who's this?
This is me.
There you
Hi.
go. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah,
Uh,
this is my first time in this class, so
okay,
yeah.
okay. I was gonna ask you, it's like, this is the first, I don't think I remember you.
No, yeah.
Okay, so just tell us your name, tell
Oh,
us where you're from, and talk about a little bit of your status. Are you a student, designer, enthusiast, high school? I don't know. Just tell us.
okay. Yeah, my name is Crew. I'm a junior in concept design and
Nice.
a sophomore in transportation design
Oh,
at
nice.
CCS right now.
CCS, nice. Cool,
Yeah.
man. Cool,
And
CCS.
my friend told me about this class,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, wow, when does it happen?" He's like, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
in an hour." And I was like, "Oh,
in
cool."
an hour.
So,
And you make this and you make this in 10 minutes. Don't tell me that.
no, not 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes.
5 minutes. Just kidding. No, how long did it take you?
Uh, an hour and a half, probably
Okay.
hour and
Okay. Cool. Nice. All right. So yeah, we were doing SUVs, but this could pass as an SUV. Uh, so just to tell you a little bit of the dynamic of the class, we meet every Sunday and we have different briefs. And today was the final for supercar SUVs. And the next class, the next challenge is gonna be wheel design. So we can make wheel designs and we can work on it for a couple of weeks and we can have reviews. You can share your progress in the chat and yeah, we can review it every week. Probably like we will have this project, each project, the duration is probably a month, roughly. So 4 weeks. So,
yeah,
but yeah, today was the supercar SUV. So let's say this is your final for supercar SUV from Hyundai. Okay.
yeah.
Cool. All right. Tell us about it. What's going on
Um,
here?
yeah, I mean, I just was like, okay, I like the Elantra, and I was like, okay, what if they made like a SUV and like a big,
Nice.
or like a stretched out version?
Cool.
Because I think the biggest one is like, well, not like an SUV is like a Kona.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have like a full on SUV.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, okay, I try to make something like that.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
like the lines on the Elantra and
Yeah.
some details.
Yeah. No, I like the
Over.
sketches. I like the sketches. How do you make just a little bit of line and just a little bit of value and you can show the volume. So it looks effortless, especially the rear one, the rear view. It looks like it doesn't take too much time, right? And that's kind of like the feeling that you wanna have. That is not too saturated and just a couple, just little value here and there, and you can read the whole car. And even though the way you cut it, it's almost like you cut it from a piece of paper and just put it on top of another piece of paper. So it's kind of cool the effect, right?
Yeah.
I would say you can just go maybe a little bit crazier. I mean, if this guy was going to be an SUV, right?
Yeah.
You can just go a little bit more math scientist, right? Just put bigger wheels, right? maybe you can chop this guy off, or you can squeeze this guy too, right? To make it more like narrow. Well, not more squeeze from the top, right? So it looks wider and it looks a little bit more meaner, right? So yeah. Maybe this guy, right? Bigger wheels. But yeah, if you want to turn this guy into SUV. Because I think that wasn't your intention, right, with these sketches?
It was more like a hatchback, and then I just stretched it onto a wagon.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. No, yeah, but yeah, cool sketches, man. And welcome to the class. I mean,
Thank you. Yeah.
just work on the. I'm gonna send the brief for the next challenge on the chat, and yeah, you can start working on it and meet with us next Sunday.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah. No, but good. Thanks for being here. Like, thanks for participating, man. So cool. Do you have any thoughts? Anyone? Any thoughts about the sketches? All good?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, feel free to throw your work also on the chat, and everyone is there to help each other out. And I'm gonna throw comments too during the week. So yeah, just feel free to share your work and share the community with some more people from CCS maybe, or any of your friends. Where do you say you're from?
Right now I'm in North Carolina.
But are you're American or?
I'm mixed. I'm
Okay.
half American, yeah.
I see. No, I'm asking because we have people from all over the world, and we have people from India, we have people from Argentina, Peru. So I'm just asking, like, where are you located? So you're in the US, right?
In the US currently, yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, man. Cool. So, Crucius, what's your name? Crucius.
You can say crew for short.
Crew.
It's easier.
Okay.
I'll just change my nick.
Okay. No, it's
I'll
fine.
change my nickname next time.
I haven't heard that, like Crucius.
It's like a like I don't know, like crucifix, like a cross maker. Basically, like.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad meaning.
Okay.
I make crosses that they hang people on, so I guess it's kind of cool, maybe.
Yeah. What's your name, man?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So now we got another project here. Oops. All right. Here, who's this?
This is me, JP.
There you go, JP. Look at those badass sketches. Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay. Tell us about your work.
So I kind of joined a little late, because like I didn't join the other sessions for that Super SUV.
Yeah.
Because it was during my finals for school, because I got a CCS, and
you're CCS too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm about to be a senior in transportation design.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah.
Nice. Okay, so you got some speed forms based on robots, I guess?
Yeah, I was just I really like these like cool like gray rendered robots. Like smooth forms and stuff like that. So I try to kind of incorporate that.
That's good.
To like Koenigsegg Super SUV. Because I think that'd be pretty cool.
No, I think it looks cool. All right.
Thank you.
Cool.
And then that's my final.
Nice. Okay, cool. Definitely. What can you tell us about your final? Just tell us. Well, what's the thing that you like? How do you feel about the process? Is there anything you would like to improve, or you happy with it? Tell us.
So I'm overall pretty happy with it. Like what I kind of noticed throughout the process was just like less is more kind of thing. So like I really like how I like simplified my shapes. And then that gave me a design that I really liked, rather than like having a lot of like crazy stuff happening. But yeah, it was fun, definitely. Like
cool.
Learned a bit more.
No, definitely you have cool sketches. I can see that you have a nice technique too. From explorations, this guy is very interesting somehow. It's got something. It almost looked like an airplane cockpit, and I think that the gesture is really nice. And also, I mean, you have a couple like very cool explorations, like this guy too, right? It's almost like a spaceship, right? But it has like a nice DLO, nice window graphic, very squeeze, looks very less like a speed form. So you have definitely interesting stuff. This guy too, the little one over here. So you got a lot of potential when it comes to speed form. I think your sketches demonstrate very different variations on forms and possibilities, right? And then you have more initial sketches here, a little bit more conventional, which is not bad because it's part of the process. You're getting into a proportion studies, and you need to know where you're gonna land your design, right? But let's go to the next one on the final, right? I think the final is pretty cool. I think there's something on the first thing I notice when I see this page is somehow the proportions somehow give me a sedan or a coupe feeling and try to put it on an SUV, right? Which not bad, but I'm just trying what I'm trying to say with this is that maybe you're missing probably a little bit more of volume here. Either you can have this, maybe you can have a bigger air intakes, right? Something that gives gives this front to get a little bit more chunkier per se, right? In a good way, not in a bad way. And also watch your 3D, right?
Yeah.
Because I think this is looking kind of flat because it's sort of like that. It doesn't look like it's turning, right? It doesn't look like you have a plan view. It looks like almost like an orthographic, right? The graphics, right? You're orthographing it, the graphics, right? So you somehow need to squeeze this guy. For example, if I were going to do this intake, it would look probably like that, right? And then maybe the front one, it looks like that. But somehow you make them look like they're really like turning, right? Like this.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's just like that. Watch that 3D, but the way you draw all the section here on the 3D is perfect. This is exactly the thing that we were talking about last class, about how to represent your corners. And you literally have your section here, goes in, goes out, right? And you literally move this section to here, right? And that's how you got the same nice volume. So that's like a very, I think that should be like based, right? Like foundational. Like you read your section here, and then you just translate this section to the other side, to the edge. And that's going to give you 3D in automatic. So this is something that I really like from your sketches, because that's what makes them look 3D and they already look good, right? So I would say just watch out with the proportions here, right? Too short. I think it for an SUV, I think it's too short. It looks, this is more like a sedan. So just manage the proportions, right? And as I said, maybe a little bit chunkier because as I said, it's a supercar SUV. Also, it should look like meaner, right? Maybe you have a crazy badass diffuser here or whatever, but you should look a little bit more meaner. But yeah, just proportions. Watch the 3D. I think the body side, I think is really good because you simplify it enough, right? And somehow I can read some connections from these cues on the shape and the DLO, right? So you somehow have some harmony on this, right?
Mhm.
Lastly, watch out on your windshield, right?
Okay.
It looks too narrow,
Okay.
right? Your windshield should look like maybe like that, right?
Okay.
You see? Now it looks,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
you see, it's too narrow. It looks like one passenger car,
Okay.
but like a motorcycle type of thing. So,
Yeah.
but you see, this already give you a lot of body, right?
Yeah.
Just by doing this guy already gives you more power. It looks too narrow, right? And if you like how the hood is long, well, you can just manage that, right? You can maybe make it a little bit longer, but the feeling of the cabin, it should feel narrow. It should feel wider. It feels narrow.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so overall, it's pretty good, man. I think your
you.
rear is also is missing some work. I think you put
for sure.
more work on the front.
Yeah.
But I think you have the basic foundations, right? You have the basic building blocks. You kind of wanted to make it squarish, right?
Mhm.
And it's almost like you have a bubble and you have an intersected square. It almost look like that. So, which is a nice way to put it. So yeah, just keep it up with that. And same comment. Our next brief is gonna be wheels, right?
Yeah.
So if you, as I said, I want you guys to work smart and to work efficient. And if it helps, do some Koenigsegg wheels, right?
Okay.
Or if
cool.
you're working any other thing at school, just do that same brand. So make something that it'll help you with your portfolio, right? Or it help you in your process. So just choose whatever brand is more convenient for you.
Okay. Cool.
And yep, cool, man. Thanks for doing this and
Yeah, no problem.
great
Thank you
sketches,
for
man.
having me.
Great sketches.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Anyone? Thoughts? What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I just sent an image, and I think I have just the same struggle as JP, like having a sedan feeling in my sketch. So
You mean the side view?
yep.
Oh, okay. Let me have a look.
Yeah, I think that the proportions are going like off from an SUV.
I see. Let me. Oops. Okay. Let's see. This guy, right? Nice. So, yeah, I think I don't think it's too far off, right? I think what you can do here to make it more like an SUV, I mean, it definitely looks like an SUV, right? So, well, maybe the thing is like it's missing a little bit of the cabin, the feeling of the cabin, right? Because it looks like a constant curve, right? It almost looks like the peak is in the middle, right? So, and I think you're just missing a little bit more direction, right? If you were going to do something like this, let's say, right? And then, oops. Something like this, right? Still, you got the SUV feeling, where you see like it's more directional now, right? Because this is the windshield, right? And now the whole thing, it looks a little bit taller, right? But also the construction is not as weak, right? Because an SUV, it should give you a little bit more room back here, right? Because that's sort of like the essence of an SUV, because you have some sort of like a cargo at the rear too, right? And if you got these two squeezed like that, the way you had it, it's just kind of like eliminates the SUV feeling. That's why it looks like a sedan on top. So there's not a golden rule for that, but just make sure, one, you have direction, right? And two, just make sure you pump it up a little bit here, right? So,
Okay.
and
Yeah, it changed completely.
yeah, and watch out for the rear overhangs, right?
Is
So,
it too short still?
I think it's better. It's better. It's definitely better. But I would say just try to think about maybe just it's just missing just a little bit volume. It's not too much, right?
Okay.
So, and for this, make sure it's not too flat, right? Your side view. Because right now I
Okay.
see that your side view is just going like the front is just going like that, right? You should be able to make some probably something like this, right?
Okay.
Just a little bit, a little bit. It doesn't have to be too much, but just a little bit more of a aerodynamic teardrop shape, right?
Yep.
Like that, right? So, but no, I think it's pretty good. Just look at I wouldn't say look at both. Look at real SUVs and look also at official sketches from brands from SUVs, right? Some releases on BMW SUV sketches, right? And you're gonna realize, okay, how they because sketch is gonna look very different from my car, right?
Yep.
So just look at sketches and see how they're doing, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, as I said, here the main problem is it almost look like a constant curve, right? More directional. Either you can also do that, right? But now that it looks like it's going somewhere. Why? Because you have a nice ratio, right? You have this distance, and this distance. It's almost like 1, 2, 3, right? Small, medium, large, right? So you got some direction there. So just play around with that. Make sure it doesn't look like medium, 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 right? 1, 1, 1. No, make sure it got some like nice ratios, right? Small, medium, large, right? Small, large. And you got the direction moving forward with that shape.
Okay.
Well, that's it. Cool. All right.
Cool.
So I
Thank you.
think, yeah, no worries. I think that's it for the projects, right? Yeah, I think so. Am I missing someone? No, I don't think so. Okay, cool. All right. So thank you guys for participating on this. The next project is going to be the wheel design. So I think it's going to be fun. As I said, just work smart, make wheels based on any project that you guys have going on, and yeah, make sure these projects help you on your next projects coming up. Okay, so I'm gonna spend a little bit more time, maybe just like a 20 minutes or so, on the Q&A from last week. Let me open it here. So if you guys remind me, what are the questions that I'm missing? Anyone knows? Because I answer to have same emotion. I'm trying to sketch. So who's the people I'm missing? I think Henrik. Henrik ask. What is Henrik? Henrik. Henrik. There you go. Okay, Henrik, are you there? No. Where is Henrik? I see Henrik here in the chat. Oops. Is he Henrik here? Let's see here. Okay. No, I don't see it here. What is it? Okay. Oh, mute. There you go. Okay, so I think, am I missing anyone else besides Henrik from the questions last week? Last week? Or is just Henrik? Okay, I guess it's just Henry. Okay. Oh, I see new Nitish. How's it going?
Yeah, hi. Sorry for joining the meeting late.
No, it's okay. No worries.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have like 20 minutes or so, probably,
Okay.
or a little bit, just to answer the questions. Have you participated before in the projects?
Yes, the Super SUV, I'm going to upload it. I was kind of late. I just came.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just put it on the chat. Yeah, and we can have a look. Yeah.
Just a second.
Yeah. Because I thought Henrik was here, but let me read the questions. What would you consider as an underrated skills as a car designer that one should practice to gain advantage in comparison to others? I think as a car designer, you need to sketch for sure. You need to have a lot of hand sketch and Photoshop sketch because this is what's going to give you the human touch, right? Even though people argue today that, oh, we have AI and we can make many iterations and we can make things and we can make new designs, but at the end of the day, if you think about it, right? AI, the brain system, which is the ChatGPT per se, right? OpenAI, right? OpenAI, Gemini, Llama, all the large language models. What they can do is to create based on human data, right? Or they create based on what we do, right? So, and if you think about it, and anything else, right? If there's not something new, it's just going to be the same thing over and over and over again, right? And in order to create something new, it comes from a living being, right? From a sentient being. So, and I think having to sketch and not relying too much on technology and pull ideas out of your brain, which is probably the most complex organ that we have in the universe, if you wish, because it created intelligence and life and organic and real intelligence, not artificial intelligence. That's where you're gonna pull up all the new material, right? So I think you're always gonna be an advantage if you know how to sketch and how to create your own ideas and your own style and your own flavor. But I would say don't ignore the tools, right? Don't ignore how to use Photoshop. Don't ignore how to use Blender, how to use AI tools, because it's as anything else. Like if there's a thought that I heard and I think is really truth, that AI is not gonna replace you, but a guy like you who knows AI is the one who's going to replace. Is gonna replace you. So what it means is you just need to upgrade yourself with the new tools. That's it, right? Imagine that we have two car designers today, right? But one of those car designers doesn't know how to use internet, but you do. Who you think is gonna get the jobs and who you think is gonna get the opportunities? Well, the guy who uses internet because he's up to date. So, but that's it. I would say, yep, just keep your skills, keep sketching, and keep trying to pull up your new flavor, your new ideas, right? Try to come up with new things, right? Because at the end of the day, you're creating art, right? Real art. So, second question, what are some of the general mistakes that you keep seeing from young professionals and recent graduates? What would you suggest to improve? I think personally, I think new people and new graduates, they are relying a lot on Blender, right? Or they're relying a lot on really like making shinier surfaces, I guess, but they're not really thinking about the design. And I think it's just a trend that I've been seeing, right? I think in general, I think I've seen the disproportion where I see very few sketches and I see a lot of rendering, and it almost like it loses its magic, right? Because it almost look like the schools are creating new modelers. They're not creating new designers. So it's just that. It's not in, I'm just talking in general, right? I'm not saying all the students are doing this. No, but I see a little bit of trend on relying a lot on 3D, which is not bad, but you should have just the 3D as a tool to help you to design, but you have to design. So just don't forget to design. So, and the number three, what was something that surprised you when you first got into the automotive industry? Something that you was not taught at the university. Sure. Okay. One thing that you guys should all know, is that creating a great image of a car is just the step one on designing a car, right? It's just the very beginning, right? That's not the end, right? That's why when people talk about AI tools and talk about things like that, and it's like creating a pretty car is just the step one of the whole process. So why? Because you need to make it work because think about it. It's not like you're gonna go to the studio and say, hey, I got this really badass car. And it's not like you're gonna go to a machine and you're just gonna hit print and the whole car is gonna pop out of nowhere, right? That's not how it works. So as I said, the great sketch is like the map, right? What's the plan? That's it. But then you need to work with the engineers and make it work. Now you need to work with another managers and make the surfaces make sense, and then you need to make it work, the shot lines, and you need to work with the cast team, the modelers, and you need to make surfaces for production. And there's a lot of going on, right? Before the car hits the road, right? And then you need to go to the headquarters and you work there. And as I said, you keep an eye on the design and the process. So it's a lot of things going on in when it comes to design a car. So that was something that surprised me when I got into there, because still my vision was blurry, because I was like, I'm just gonna be there sketching, but what's the dynamic? And now I'm there. It's like, oh yeah, it involves layers of layers. It's a whole process, right? So that's why tools for generating images, yeah, they're tools. That's it. They're tools. But still you need a lot of experience to to design cars. So having the sketch or a nice design is just the step one, right? Well, that's it. That's for Henrik, because I think he messaged and he wanted to hear the answers. There are the answers. Now, Nitish, you ready?
Yeah, sure. I have uploaded the file. You can check it.
Let me check. All right. So let's see. Oops. Give me a sec. Nitish. McLaren. There you go. All right, cool. All right, walk us through quickly, and let's see the final. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Should I introduce myself first, or can I just jump on the?
Just quickly, just like the 5-second introduction.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Nitish, and I am a transportation design student.
Yes.
And from Nepal.
Nice.
I will be doing masters soon, this
Nice.
November.
Cool.
In IED Torino.
Nice, Torino.
Meet anyone if anyone is there from IED Torino. I'm excited to meet up there lately soon. So yeah, moving forward to the brand I chose was McLaren.
Nice.
The hype around the McLaren SUVs. I thought of this is a good opportunity to work on this McLaren super SUV. So going forward, I did a bunch of speed forms. I chose and I did a bunch of front and rear explorations.
Yes.
At the second page, but to be honest, I was not really happy with it. So I updated the mood board. Did some research again, trying to get some vibe of how the car should look. Just by doing the process, I felt like my speed forms was complementing a lot towards the Dakar rally, Dakar cars, which like very off-roading kind of competition, which happens in the desert. So it was the bike I got. So I moved forward with it. So I did a bunch of extras again. So moving forward, in this slide, you can see I did very quick sketches to get the.
Very nice. You're cutting off a little bit.
The internet is kind of.
Yeah. There you go. So what were you saying about this slide? Nitish.
Hello.
Hey, Nitish. You back?
So, I
you got cool sketches, man, but I can barely hear you. Your sound is not working very well. Right, Nitish have some technical difficulties. Ooh, look at that. Damn, this guy.
Hello.
Hey.
Sorry about that.
Badass, man. Look at this. Like from an alien movie. This is nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
that's cool. Nice.
Yeah. So sorry about the connection.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. It's fine.
Right now, I'm currently in India. I just came back from Nepal. I just came back to India.
Nice. So, okay. Yeah. No.
Cool
sketches, man.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
So I believe the project is still in the development phase because I'm still not satisfied with sketches.
Yeah.
I won't go deep down into the details. For example, the chassis and stuff, how the chassis will be used. I wanted to, really like to. I wanted to put the emphasis of the silhouette of the McLaren's supercars in the rally form. So right now the challenge I'm facing is with the proportions in the side view. Trying to add extra wheels on the side panel of the body, where because in the Dakar races, what happens is tire gets punctured. So we might need extra wheels, to replace them in case of emergency. So I'm working on that. So yeah, I still believe I can do much better.
Nice.
If we look at the previous sketches, can you go to the previous slides? The
Yes.
beginning of the
beginning?
speed form.
Speed form.
The first, the first slide.
Oh, first slide.
Yeah, if you look at the bottommost sketch, right, the legs of the speed form.
Yeah.
And then go to the third slide. Third slide, please. Yeah, we can see in the sketches, right, the front legs of the speed forms. You can see the influence of the speed form in the front leg of the front fender. But I felt like, it doesn't look that much functional, so I toned down the legs of the speed form in a graphical way.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that the legs are carrying the headlights now, or it is like acting like a DRLs in the later sketches, in the later phases of the process of the design. So that was the idea behind this. So if we go to the later sketches, can you go there, please? Yes. Yeah. If you look at the rear end of these of the vehicle near the rear lights, you can see a leg kind of hanging at the fender.
Yeah.
So yeah, so those are so I felt like I could use the form line of the speed forms in this manner, like in a graphical and a detailed way, so that I could keep the emphasis like the soul of the speed form alive in the vehicle.
Yeah.
So if you look at the left hand side of the sketches of the ideations, you can see most I was trying to gather the working mechanism of the suspension and how the axles will be there, like what kind of suspension will be there.
Yeah.
So searching for wishbone suspension. If we look at the third sketch of the rear end, I got some images from the Zinger vehicle, Zinger cars. Zinger cars are using 3D printing to draw the chassis, mechanical components of the vehicle. I put that in this Dakar rally car.
Yeah.
Like how it will look. So that is how I explored over here. But I felt like, it's a very high intensity racing, because the vehicle will be going up and down, and there will be a lot of bumps in this very rough terrain in the desert valley. So I felt like, let's stick the old school, the traditional suspension of the Dakar vehicles. So at the last sketch, you can see I have put the suspensions again in the vertical manner compared to the third sketch of the horizontal suspension placement. So you can see in the main sketch at in the rear quarter view, there is a you can say a body panel where the rear lights are there, and then the suspensions are placed on the other side of it at the bottom. I mean the exhaust, not the suspension, exhaust. It was kind of, I would say, still not in the final phase, but if you move towards another sketch, another slide. Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, instead of putting the double wishbone suspension similar in the Zinger cars, move back to traditional Dakar rally suspension over here, because of all this high intensity racing happening over there in the racing. So yeah, so in this in the main sketch, in the hero sketch, we see I put instead of putting a lot of components, I try to put a single frame or a single panel, in a very fluid way, where, so that it could easily taken off and attached again. So that was the main idea. So there's a tiny exhaust as well. That exhaust is for the engine, small engine. I took the tech from the Audi e-tron. I forgot the name, but Q2 e-tron, I think. Yeah, it was Audi Q2 e-tron. it's a Dakar rally car from Audi. So what happens in Audi in that car is that it runs on battery, and it has a low center of gravity because the battery is placed at the bottom of the car, and there's a small engine attached to the car. So whenever the battery is low on charge, the engine starts itself. So there's the any exhaust. So I feel like let's keep the exhaust in a McLaren style that we have seen in P1 W1.
Yeah.
So that was behind the design of the exhaust.
Yeah, that looks very McLaren, man. That rear. Yeah.
Yeah, I put a lot of emphasis on McLaren because I felt like McLaren are really fast. So this car will be ahead in the race all the time. So other racers will be looking at the behind of the car more. So they can refer some McLaren.
Cool. It reminds me the Polaris or Can-Am style.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the whole. It almost to me, it almost looked like McLaren did a collaboration with Can-Am or Polaris.
Okay. Oh, Polaris. Oh, the camera.
Polaris. Yeah.
Polaroid. I believe it's Polaroid.
Polaris.
No, Polaroid.
And Can-Am.
Polaroid.
What is that?
Polaris. I have no idea. I thought you were talking about the camera brand.
No. I was talking about the vehicles. There's a Can-Am. You know Can-Am vehicles?
No.
No. Can-Am is Can-Am. I forgot the what? No. Wait, what?
It's spelled like that. Yeah, that's it should be Can-Am. But then just look up like off-road or
Yeah, but it's just it sounds like that.
Jesus, Can-Am off-road. There you go. Literally like that. You know these vehicles?
Yeah, I know about these vehicles. I didn't know the brand.
Okay.
I'm not it's from Canada. You is from Canada, right?
Okay. But when I look at your sketches, it's like you're almost like a McLaren Can-Am collaboration,
Okay.
So you see the shocks and all that.
Yeah, I see the resemblance. Yeah.
So, but obviously less VC, right? More stable, right? Yeah, but it looks cool. I like it.
Yeah, I updated the mood board again because I wanted some new ideas for this design for these sketches. So I went to Pinterest again.
Yeah.
Or application, and I saw a bunch of reference. I was just scrolling through, like Pinterest, saving it to my pins. Like, let's see, like while traveling or when I'm sitting idly when I'm free.
Yeah.
And then I just put all these images in the mood board all at once, and whatever or I was getting the feeling I was getting, I just putting on the sketch. That was the process of this.
Yes. Nice. Cool. So Nitish, how do you feel about your project? How's the journey? You feel like you're happy with your result?
Yes, I'm enjoying the process, to be honest. I believe one more week of sketching again, and after that 3 days of refining the sketches and working alongside in Blender.
Yeah,
I think maybe maximum 2 to 3 weeks. I think I can finish this project in a complete way. I can put it on my portfolio, basically.
Nice. Are you planning to do a Blender model or something?
Yeah, I will be doing it on Blender once I finalize the design.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think same as everyone else. I think for the next project, the wheel design, you can work on some wheels for this project if that helps you, and we can check them out every week, and you can implement the wheels to your designs. So
yes, yeah. I feel like we can work on this because in this segment of cars, in these vehicles, because all the cars have in the Dakar, they almost have the similar wheels.
Yeah.
It's only the wheel cover like they are changing, so
Yeah.
maybe we can the rims like how it can cool itself and something like that. Maybe I have to do some research because I believe I heard that somewhere, or I have to do research, but Ferrari has actually patented their rims. So like we could do something like that.
They
maybe.
have what you said?
They have patented one of the rims. Rim design.
Oh, okay.
We
Interesting.
look at I think it was the rims of the Purasangwe or the SF90. They have rims in the vehicles.
Oh, okay. Cool. So yeah, overall, I think the design, I think is really cool. I think if you build this in 3D, I think it'll help you to analyze the whole shape as a whole, right? But I think you have a very iconic rear and a very iconic front, so I think it's enough to work on, and I think you can jump into 3D after this. So, but yeah, I think you have a nice balance on shapes. Maybe the rear is begin to look a little busy, probably on the details here at the top, but I would say just keep it for now, right? Because you don't want to erase or take the magic or whatever is going on away, right? But just be careful, just try to have a nice balance here, right? But I see that your intention is very solid. You have elements really solid here, right? It doesn't look random. They have the proper tension, so make sure the rear volume is a little bit more chunkier or stronger, right? Make sure the rear volume looks stronger, so like that.
Yeah, sure.
But that's it. I mean, in general, I think you should just keep going with this, and try to make it into 3D, and hopefully for next week you got some initial sketches for wheels, right?
Yeah, I think yes, we can do that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
Pretty cool. So anyone else, you guys have any thoughts, comments about the project? Nitish, sketches?
No, I love those sketches.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you did it on tablet or paper.
Yeah, I did it on my iPad. It's from Procreate. I think it's one of the best, like mediums to work on. I can do it on paper as well, but I have to scan them, so it's kind of time consuming. So Procreate is kind of
those strokes are really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
the way you use the focal point, I like it a lot.
Yeah, really cool sketches, man. So these ones on the left side, it almost looked like you scanned them, but no, it's tablet too, right?
Yeah, all of this, the entire project is done on my iPad.
Yeah. Because some of the sketches look like, oh, he scanned them. He make it on paper. Wait, none of these sketches are paper?
No, it's all iPad. It's all iPad, entire.
Yeah, because these ones look like paper.
Yeah, it was like done in paper with.
So I guess it's just like
pencil.
It's just the crazy iPad brush that you're using then.
Nice default Procreate brush.
Yeah.
In the sketching, I just just like in game we modify the sensitivity. I just played with the sensitivity because default brushes was not really working for me.
Yeah.
So I just played with the sensitivity of the and tried to get that traditional paper pencil feeling. After doing that, I have hardly touched pen and paper for my projects. I just completely iPad.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, no, it definitely gives you the paper feeling. So Cool. Yeah, great stuff, man. Great sketches. Can't wait to see some models and some renders later on. Was cool.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. All right, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up. But thanks everyone for being here. You all have a lot of good projects, and yeah, hopefully you get your projects to the next level, and you put it on your portfolio, and hopefully helps you with your career. And just prepare yourself for next week. We're probably gonna have our first week of wheel design. So think about the brand, think about the purpose. I'm gonna send you more details later on, but for now, just think about you're gonna come up with some same process. You're gonna come up with some inspirations and some ideations, right, on wheels, right? So just give it a thought, right? And I'll give you details later, the whole brief.